Hello and welcome to the Cardboard Dungeon. Today we are looking at the GripMat, which is made by Break from Reality Games. This is a playmat accessory for all of your games, but specifically the one we're looking at is going to be best used for games like X-Wing or Star Trek Attack Wing or other science fiction tabletop miniature type games. Now, the GripMat just is in the fulfillment stages of a very successful Kickstarter campaign, and it should be hitting retail outlets in the very near future. So let's go ahead and take a look at this product. Okay, so what we're looking at specifically today is the 36 by 36 inch Starfield design, which, as I mentioned, is perfect for games like X-Wing, which of course is one of my favorite games. Now, let's come in and take a closer look at the material. The GripMat is made out of a thin sort of a foam. It's got a foam rubber kind of a feel. The backside has a nice grip that'll let it adhere to the tabletop pretty well and not slide around. But the big selling point of the GripMat is the specially treated surface here. You can see it's not a smooth surface. It's got little ridges in it. It's also got a treatment on it. And it is designed to hold whatever you put on it in place without sliding or bumping around. So it does that really well. For games like X-Wing specifically, pieces sliding around on the table can be a big issue. When you are putting your movement templates in, for example, sometimes, that one just slid a little bit, but generally speaking, with the smaller ships, you might get a little sliding around still, but it does hold on to it better than if you're on a smooth surface like some other playmats. And the big ships, just forget about it. The base is so big on there that when you're putting your templates out, they're not going to slide at all. One thing though to keep in mind with this product is because of the grippiness of the surface, when you are moving several ships the same distance on smooth surfaces, you can just slide your template across the surface, but on this you can't. It's not going to slide. You're going to pick it up and put it back down. Also, sometimes because of the surface, you need to make some small adjustments when you're putting your template down because the surface wants to grip onto it. So if you try to set it down and slide it in, you can do that, but it's a little more difficult sometimes than on a smooth surface. Now, a couple other observations with this mat. One you can see right here is depending on where your light source is, you can get a fair amount of glare because of the surface and the treatment of the mat. Now, if you have higher up lights, my lights are about 7 feet off the floor right here, but if you have indirect lighting or high ceiling lights, that glare might be lessened a little bit. The other thing is that any sort of pressure you put on this surface, like for example, if you're like me and you like to lean in and look at things, and you're constantly pressing your knuckles into the surface while you're playing, you're going to get indentations. Now, these will go away after a while, but it's because the surface is not a hard surface like some other mats. It's a sort of a rubbery surface. Just a little aesthetic thing, not really a big issue, but kind of worth noting. Now, I'm coming at this review mainly as an X-Wing player, but I have to say that this mat is also excellent for any game that has tiles or other types of small pieces that you don't really want to slide around a whole lot while you're playing. And here is Hive on this GripMat, and this is an excellent game to use with it because these pieces, the heavy pieces that Hive comes with, they don't slide around on this mat at all. And it's really good. It's nice for this particular game. Also, tile games like Carcassonne, where you are bumping and nudging tiles around a lot, they stick real good to this surface, which is great. Really adds something to the game when you're not constantly having to reposition your pieces. So any game that you have that uses a lot of tiles, I highly recommend the GripMat. And these things come in a variety of shapes and designs. So like here's a Hive on a Starfield is kind of non-thematic, but there is a grass background and like a wheat field background that'll work much better for this game, and also games like Carcassonne. So that is the GripMat, you guys. And if you're looking for a nice mat for X-Wing or any other game that you have to play, I really highly recommend this thing. It adds a lot of theme to your games, and it works well. Works as intended. Very few drawbacks to this thing that I've encountered, and I've played several X-Wing games on it and used it for other games as a backdrop as well, and very pleased with it. So these should be in stores either by the time you watch this video or in the near future. So if you're looking for a nice playmat, go check them out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.